Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bobby Broyles and Jamie Corrin here for this week's women's edition of CA Hoops Weekly, presented by Under Armour. Jamie, we are officially at the halfway point of the conference race, and it remains tight at the top after this past week's outcomes.
Yes, and it's starting to look like what we thought before the season. Picked first and second in the preseason poll, James Madison and Drexel sit in those spots respectively as we start the second half of conference play. Both have extended impressive winning streaks. James Madison has won 23 straight games at the Convocation Center, the fifth longest active streak in the country. Meanwhile, Drexel has won its first 9 road games of the season and 12 overall dating back to last season. The 12th straight road wins is the nation's longest active streak. And speaking of teams playing well at home, UNCW remains undefeated at Trask, pushing its home record to 10-0. The second longest winning streaks in the CAA belong to JMU and Delaware. The Blue Hens are getting hot at the right time, winning 4 straight as they get ready for a big matchup at Drexel.
Yep. The back half of the conference schedule begins this weekend. We begin Friday night at 7 on CA.TV as the first place Jamie Dukes will take their show on the road to Boston to take on the Northeastern Huskies.
Yes, Northeastern will be out to gain a key split of the season series after James Madison rolled past the Huskies on January 13th in Harrisonburg. Northeastern is 9-1 at home this season, and a win could be the spark the Huskies are looking for as they start the second half of CAA play. 2 of the top 4 scorers in the CAA, and likely all CAA honorees, will face off in this one, as Kamaya Smalls leads JMU with over 18 points per game, second most in the conference. On the opposite side of the ball, Jess Janko is 4th at 18 points per game. In its first 9 CAA games, JMU owns a scoring margin of 24.2 points as the Dukes continue to try and make their case for an NCAA at-large bid and stay atop the CAA table.
Yep. Moving on to Sunday at 2 on CA.TV, we'll stick with the Huskies as they host Towson. A big game between these two teams as they are kind of meshed in the middle of the CA standings.
Yes, this should be a good one, Bobby. Towson enters the weekend tied for 3rd in the standings with UNCW after an impressive performance last weekend on the road, taking JMU to overtime. Kiana Jeter and Nakaya Mayo have formed one of the top scoring duos in the CAA, combining to average nearly 34 points per game. At just under 20 points per game, Jeter is the CAA's leading scorer. In that first matchup, Mayo had 30 points while Jess Janko led Northeastern with 28. The Huskies will once again look to Janko and try to get Shannon Todd and Stella Clark as involved as they were in January's meeting. Todd posted 19 points while Clark added 15 in a 5-point loss at Towson.
Also at 2 on CA.TV, another matchup between teams fighting in the middle of the pack as William and Mary will travel to UNCW.
Yes, this one should be good because UNCW has been one of the surprises of the season. Picked 7th in the preseason, the Seahawks entered the second half tied with Towson for 3rd place, and their 13 total wins have already eclipsed last season's total. Sharita Parker and Gigi Smith have been one of the CAA's top scoring pairs, with Parker averaging 17.5 points per game and Smith adding over 15. The duo is one of the reasons UNCW has turned Trask Coliseum into one of the CAA's toughest venues to play at. The Seahawks are an unbeaten 10-0 at home as we head into the weekend. In the first meeting, William and Mary held UNCW to under 30% shooting in the second half to take a 6-point win. Bianca Boggs notched one of her 7 games this year with 20-plus points, scoring a game-high 25, while Victoria Reynolds added 17 for the Tribe.
And we wrap up the previews with a big rivalry matchup at 5 o'clock on Sunday in Philadelphia as Drexel and Delaware will square off on CA.TV and will also be regionally televised on NBC Sports Washington, Philadelphia, and SNY in New York.
You always know it's going to be a good one when the Blue Hens and the Dragons get together.
Absolutely.
Both teams come into the game on impressive winning streaks. Drexel has won 7 in a row, the best active streak in the CAA, while Delaware comes to Philadelphia on a season-best 4-game winning streak. Drexel's defense has been among the country's elite, leading the nation in both scoring defense and 3-point field goal defense. Bailey Greenberg has starred for the Dragons, earning consecutive CAA Player of the Week accolades. The junior has led Drexel in scoring in 17 of 20 games and is 3rd in the CAA in scoring, averaging just over 18 points per game. Simone DeFries has posted 2 double-doubles during Delaware's 4-game winning streak, including a 16-point, 12-rebound effort against Elon.
Now here's a look at the rest of the upcoming action around CAA women's basketball.
This is it. This is the time of year when everything is on the line. There's no we'll get them next time. It's win or go home. March Madness is just around the corner. The CAA Women's Basketball Tournament is coming to the University of Delaware March 13th to the 16th. 10 teams, one goal, to be crowned champion. Go to caasports.com for more information.
CAsports.com will have all the information you need regarding links to live stats, video, and audio coverage. Also, fans, you can watch all of the CAA.TV action on several devices such as Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Android TV by downloading the CAA.TV app that is available now.
Yes, and don't forget, you can also continue to follow the league on Facebook and Instagram by searching CAA Sports. We are also on Twitter at CAA Basketball using the hashtag CAA Hoops.
The CAA On Campus crew will be back on the road at Hofstra this week.
Yeah.
Continue to follow our social media outlets throughout the trip for behind-the-scenes action from Long Island, and tune in next week for a feature on the Pride. That is it from us today. Enjoy the games, everyone.